everyone. This is Alejandra The Lion. And if I love wrestling, you love wrestling. And we all love
Welcome to the We Love Wrestling Spot. My name is Terry. I'm with Maddy from Top Rope Squishy. And today we have somebody, if you've been following our channel, you know, we've been all through the Texas area talking to people. And we've been watching matches in Texas. And you can't watch a match in Texas and not come across this person here. She is making waves in a lot of companies in the Dallas, Texas area, and also all over Texas. We are excited to have with us today Alejandra The Lion. How are you doing today, man?
Doing pretty good. It's a beautiful day here in Texas. It's about 70 degrees and it's sunny, so it's feeling pretty good outside. How you guys doing?
It's not 70 here, so a little jealous right now.
It's not 70 here either. We're kind of cold.
So, as we start up, the first question I always ask is, why do you love wrestling, or what started your love for wrestling?
Oh, you know what? It's I think it was just the fact that to me, you know, wrestlers are just larger than life characters. So when I was, you know, and I was watching the Attitude Era, you know what I mean? That one just like did it for me. You know what I mean? Just, you know, especially China at that time. Oh, she was just, like I said, just this bigger than life character. And I will look at her, and I still to this day believe she was the ninth and still is the ninth wonder of the world. So that just kind of did it for me. You know what I mean? It was just like seeing them and how like strong and athletic these people are. So that's kind of where my passion started.
Do you have a new China Funko Pop?
Not yet, but I have a friend of mine who actually found one, and soon he's gonna give it to me. So yes, I know, you know, but
almost.
I haven't gotten it to me like yet. So, okay. But yes.
Gonna say we got a few here. If you didn't have one, we can get you one. Just putting it out there. So I always like to ask people. So I've seen you all over Texas wrestling different places. How did you get started into wrestling?
Okay, so when I was little, because I wasn't born in the United States, I was born in El Salvador, and in El Salvador, like female athletes are very minimum. You know what I mean? So growing up and wanting to be a wrestler was almost like none. It was, I knew it wasn't gonna happen. You know what I mean? So then, when I came to the United States and I, you know, started watching wrestling again, then, you know, this little click came in. It's like, I think I can do this. I think I can. I'm going to try. So I started doing my research, and then I came across DFWO Pro and Lamont Williams, Lou Gotti, my trainer, about 4 years ago. And that's just kind of how it started. And it was just pretty much like word of mouth, where I had a friend who was like, I trained at this place, you should come. And I was just like, all right. Then I showed up, did a tryout, and here I am now, 4 years later.
We're glad that you went to that tryout, because, you know, now you're making major waves out here. I'm going to come back with some questions, but I always like to kick it over to the other person. So I'm going to let Maddy jump in here. She got some questions for you, and then I'll be back at the end.
Just a few questions. Thank you for joining us, Alejandra. Leon. I love it. Is Lion your actual last name, or is that your wrestler's, like your wrestling character?
My actual name. Alejandra is my middle name. Lion is pretty much who I am as a wrestler.
Love it.
That is just my persona. You know what I mean? So
La Leona.
Yeah, exactly. So I just kind of tied it all together and just made it my name. And
I absolutely love it. I love it. So you've had quite a few opponents. You've had Roxy and Thunder Rosa, Holly there, Killer Kate. So who's been your toughest opponent to date?
Oh my goodness. I feel like everyone has been my toughest. So, you know, these women are killing it. You know what I mean? And every time I step into the ring with all these girls, I'm just always like, I need to be on my, you know, I need to be on my A game. I need to be on point. So I like to think of all of them like as my toughest opponent, you know. But if I had to pick one, I want to say, like, you know, Thunder Rosa for sure. She was kind of like my first big name that I got to wrestle really early on in my career, and she helped me become the person that I am right now. You know what I mean? So I want to say definitely her. You know,
Beautiful.
that other person, Mercedes Martinez.
Oh,
You
she's
know what I
good.
mean, who's incredible and extremely talented, and she's just a pioneer in women's wrestling. So you know,
And you're part of the amazing women wrestlers out there too, you know? So that's great. So who haven't you wrestled yet that you want to wrestle, that you haven't had a chance to get in the ring with, but this is someone that you really want to get a chance to wrestle against?
oh my goodness, there's so many because I just like I looked at all this, like I said, like women's wrestling is at a peak right now. So
Yes,
I look at all these women, I'm like, I want to be in the ring with all of them. You know what I mean?
that's beautiful.
It's kind of hard to pick one or a few, like I said, because there's just so many talented women that I want to work with. Right now in Texas, a girl that I haven't yet to step into the ring with is Jasmine Allure. And I really, really want to wrestle her. You know what I mean? It's she's just been
We,
so busy, you know,
yes,
so that we haven't had the time to meet up. So
we'd
definitely,
love to see it.
yes.
We would love to see that. So, you know, COVID has affected everybody differently. How did it affect your career? Because some people were affected in a positive way, where their career actually took off, and some people, you know, their career took a stop for a while. So how has it been for you?
So I want to say for me has been almost like 50-50. Prior to COVID, I was extremely busy. You know, I was wrestling just everywhere. You know what I mean? And you know, at the beginning, it was a little hard of an adjustment because everything just kind of like was put on hold and then stopped.
Mhm.
But I needed the break because my body was hurting and I needed, you know, some healing time. So that's when the positive comes in. That's why I said it's like 50-50. You know what I mean? Where it's like
Mhm.
part of it, you know, it was like it sucked that I didn't get to wrestle. And then part of it was good because my body needed the heal
The
time.
rest.
And luckily now that things are opening back again, you know, people are getting vaccinated and things like that. Now I'm back to, you know, I'm starting to get back to a full schedule of wrestling and, you know, and
Mhm.
just kind of I'm almost back to what I was prior to COVID.
Getting back into the swing of
Yeah,
things.
like I said, it's just like it's a 50-50. It was about 50. It was hard for moments, and luckily now it's getting back to where it was before. So
That's good. I mean, in the interim, you got a break for your body, which is very necessary because a lot of people don't understand just how much you guys go through.
yeah, like I said, it's just constantly. It's not just getting in the ring, but it's the training, it's the going to the gym, it's the long drives,
The traveling.
and all that accumulates. Like sometimes like I don't get very little sleep. You know, I get like 3-4 hours before I gotta be back on the road or go to another show or get in an airplane and you know and things like that. So it accumulates. So yeah.
So, do you ever have time for like a guilty pleasure or a hobby? And if you do, like, what is something you like to do if you ever find like free time?
So I think honestly now when you know I'm so busy, I'll tell you what I enjoy the most. It's like being at home. Being at home with all my, you know, all my pets and all my animals. Like this past Thursday, I, you know, because I was just such a go from, you know, from the WrestleMania weekend. I come home
Hmm.
and I'm back to the gym and I'm back to and I'm back to this. And then on Thursday, I took a day just to be at home and relax and like that. So I really enjoy almost like my time at home with, you know, with my pets and just home. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, look, I have one more question for you, and I'm going to turn it back to Terry. I'm very curious about wrestlers and what they do on their free time, but I always wanted to know, do you play any sports?
No, never. Never. It's so crazy because like I never did. I never. I try. I tried when I was little to play sports. I just never got into it. You know what I mean? Like I felt like I was doing it because my parents were telling me to do it. You know what I mean? And
Gotcha.
but now with wrestling, it's just that's the only sport. You know what I mean? And it's the one that like I finally find the like
Your
you know
passion.
sport my passion that just and the rest is history, and this is the happiest I ever been. So I never played any sports, but now that I'm in wrestling, I just love it.
Well, we're so happy that you found wrestling as your favorite sport because we get to watch you do magic in the ring. So thank you so much for giving us the time. I'm going to pass it over to Trey D.
She never played any sports.
Never, not a single one.
I got to do the clip on her. Nah. So you mentioned Mania Weekend. You had a busy Mania Weekend. I was there. Saw you in the match. It was after midnight. We'll talk about it. Ladies' Night Out against Danny Mo.
Yes.
How was Mania Week that weekend for you? Because there was a lot going on in that match that I saw you in. That was after midnight. So
Yeah.
so how did you like your Mania Weekend?
Oh, I love it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I want more. I just, it's almost like, that sad moment when I had to come back because it was a dream come true. If I had to describe it, it was a dream come true because, this is the biggest wrestling week for us. Like, you know what I mean? So being part of it was just unbelievable. You know what I mean? Just seeing all the shows, seeing all the wrestlers, being in a new city. And it was honestly, it's just incredible. It was the energy, the fans, the people. I don't know how to describe it because I just it was just so magical in a way for me. Like I said, it's just like one of those, dream come true for me.
That's great. Also, recently I saw Jordynne Grace had a body positivity shoot that you were a part of. How did that feel?
Oh, once again, like I feel like I'm such in such a high just from the trip and that. So recently I lost about 20 pounds. I've lost 20 pounds of weight. So I've been really self-conscious about my body. I honestly been like I said, extremely self-conscious, just learning to accept that my body has changed and is changing has been a little hard. So being part of Jordynne Grace's body positivity shoot, it was just I needed it. You know what I mean? I needed that what is so like the self-esteem booster. You know what I mean? That's what it was. Because I've been so nervous to almost, step in front of a camera with just, with a plain look and letting people just kind of see, you know what I mean? An unedited version of me, you know what I mean? And and I felt really good to be part of it. I'm very happy and I'm very thankful that Jordynne Grace decided to do something like that because as athletes in sports entertainment, in women, there's a spotlight on us to almost want and you have to look perfect or there's this stigma that is still there, you know what I mean? But wrestling is changing, you know what I mean? And I'm so thankful that Jordynne Grace decided to showcase that we're not all this cookie cut. Like we're diverse, we're different, and we come in all different shapes, sizes, colors, you know what I mean, and races and things like that. So it was amazing to be part of something so beautiful, such a good moment. And like I said, I feel like I'm just super high from this.
I'll go ahead. I'll give you some props too. Being there at the show, everybody was like, "Yo, who is that? She looks good. She looks real good. We like what she doing." I'm like, "That's the Lion right there. Y'all got to know her." Because I even saw you in the back, and I had been following you. So when I'm usually at shows, I don't like to walk up to the wrestlers and really talk to them. But I was like, let me go over here and say something because if I don't, when I leave, I'm gonna feel bad. So, I talked to her and we got her here for a spotlight, and I'm happy about that. But since we're talking about body positivity, we gotta talk about this. At Mission Pro Locked and Loaded, you're gonna be facing somebody who got a body.
Yeah.
She got an ass that she calls a weapon of ass destruction.
And yes, I am completely aware, and I'm ready. I'm ready. Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on. I'm ready.
You ready for the woe?
Oh yeah, I am.
Because
I met her a couple times before, but this is the first time we're meeting in the ring, so it's about to be a blow up. So I'm excited and I'm ready for it.
Okay. So how do you feel about this? Is your first? Let's see. Let me make sure I'm right. Yeah, this is your Mission Pro debut. So a lot of women in the area and from around the country has been going to Mission Pro. How do you feel getting the debut for Mission Pro? You know, the company down there.
I'm extremely thankful and I'm very grateful that they contact me to be part of it, because Mission Pro is a company that's doing a lot for women's wrestling. You know what I mean? And it wants to give and make and improve women's wrestling. So being part of, you know, a company that it's just so devoted to the development of women's wrestling, it's just incredible to be part of it. And I'm more than ready. I'm more, you know, I'm beyond excited. And like I said, I'm just thankful to be part of a company who really truly cares about the development of women's wrestling.
Now, making debuts for Mission Pro, but it'll be bad on me if I don't mention like all the other companies that you also are working with. I think I seen you DFW Pro. You was with them Mania Weekend. You got a show coming up with them. I know you have a show coming up with Lions Pride against a 15-year-old wrestler, Mia Friday. I believe that's be coming up this Saturday. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's on Saturday.
So how you feel about that match facing Mia Friday?
She's. I haven't seen much of her, but I heard that she's very talented. You know, for being so young, and it's also special too because, you know, at 15, you know, I didn't have the love and support of my family to do this. So, you know, for her that she's out here 15 living her dream, it's amazing, and I'm glad to be part of, you know, her wrestling journey. You know, I don't know what my strategy is yet for that match, but I'm just planning on winning. That's all it is.
Name a few more companies. See you going to PPW.
Oh yeah, oh my goodness, I feel like I'm trying to think of all that is happening. So Mission Pro, PPW,
I saw you on
Western Revolution, Ironheart. There's Texas All Star. There's just a lot. This just naming a few. At DFW, I was just there this weekend, against Bert Vixen and Adam. And it's just like I feel like I'm like so busy. It's kind of hard to like think. I usually take it like 1 week at a time, one match at a time.
So I've seen you all through Texas. I saw you. I mean, I've seen you wrestle all through Texas. So I saw you in Tampa. Have you been around the country wrestling, or are those only like Florida and Texas? Have you been to other places wrestling?
I think like I'm about. I'm Tampa. I think was either my 9th or 10th state that I wrestled in. I remember like at one point I feel like I kept track. Now it's just it's accumulating, so it's kind of hard to keep track of it. But I know I wrestled like in Colorado, Minnesota, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, Kansas. I think there's more in between. I'm missing some, but then now I know the latest one is Tampa, Florida. So it's another state. But yeah, I've wrestled in different places, and I'm working to, you know, keep working out of state a little bit more.
Now, on every spotlight, there's always like one thing that gets to me about a wrestler. So I like you and everything. I like everything you're doing. But you're associated with this guy who kind of rubs me the wrong way every time I see him and he talks to me. I don't know what's going on with him. It's like he started beef with me because I wrote one thing on Twitter. So what's up with you and Nastico? Why are you associated with this guy?
Nastico is the best manager in wrestling, and every time, like now that I am his client, now that he is my manager, all I've been doing is winning. So there it is. I don't have a problem with him. Other people do, but on my end, on my end is good. You know, my friendship with him is we're good, and I'm winning, and he's in my corner.
That's all that matters.
get out there. So
she has been winning with him in the corner. That's all we'll say about that. She has been winning.
Every time like he's in my corner, I win.
Go check one of the matches and you'll see what we're talking about. You can watch those on the Title Match Network. We won't hold that against her, but yeah. All right. Now, I do always ask this question because this is just a random question. Rock or Stone Cold?
Oh, my goodness. You hate me with that one, huh? How can you pick? I don't know.
Everyone picks one. I had to do it too.
Oh my goodness, I want to say The Rock, but if I say The Rock, I'm like, no, Stone. Like, I feel like I can't. Oh God, this is a hard one. The first time I get asked The Rock or Stone Cold, I'm like, oh my goodness.
She can't pick.
God, I want to. I can't even get the words out of my mouth. I think this is hard. This is really hard. This is an extremely difficult decision. I feel like it's like one of those cut the red wire, no this wire. I feel like it's a ticking bomb. I'm like, which do you pick? This is hard. Because I love them both. You know what I mean? And they're like both of them are just kind of like the people that kind of got me in love with wrestling. So
right,
we know.
I want to say I'll go with the Rock.
It's no right or wrong answer to that. We always ask that. So.
I'm like,
I picked Stone Cold, but I like the Rock.
I want to too. Like I feel like I forced my heart to break apart.
It's like there's no right or wrong answer. So, before we do our last thing that we do on here, I don't want to set you up. So tomorrow, this same week that we're doing this with you, we are going to be talking with the Woe. So is there anything that you would like to let her know to be prepared for May 1st coming up at Mission Pro?
Well, I'm a lion. I'm going for the kill. It's going to be a fight. We're going to get wild. I mean, there's something she got to watch out for the claws. You know what I mean? The claws. Their claws. They're always sharpened and before every match. So, I'm getting ready for, I'm ready for her. She needs to get ready for the claws. We'll see which one prevails.
Ooh. Like I said, I'm gonna play this for the Woe when we talk to her, see what her response is. I will be there at Mission Pro Locked and Loaded. It will be at Pinball's Kingdom. You can go to missionprowrestling.net for ticket information, or if you can't be there, you can watch it on Title Match Network.
Of course.
So, Miss Alejandra The Lion, the last thing that we do here is what we call our Put Yourself Over moment. That's where we have you go ahead and give all the people your social media, where they can support you. If you got a t-shirt site, we just want you to just go ahead and put yourself over to the people so they can continue to follow you.
Yeah, so currently I don't have a website, but all my social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, it's all Alejandra Lion. And if you just type Alejandra Lion, I should pop up in pretty much all social medias. Kind of keep it quick and easy. So everything is Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram is all Alejandra Lion. And currently I don't have any merch, but stay tuned because I am working on new merch stuff. So that's coming up.
Ooh, she got merch coming up. Got to ask, what size shirt you wear, Miss Lion?
Small.
All right. May 1st, I have a shirt for you.
Yay! I love t-shirts. Yes.
All right. Maddy, I enjoyed the conversation. Anything?
This was so much fun. Thank you so much. I wish you the best at Mission Pro. I'm going to be watching it on the Title Match Network. I wish I could be there, but I'll be watching it. I'll be watching it from home.
Thank you so much. I had a lot of fun talking to you guys. I appreciate the love and the support and giving me this platform right now. Thank you guys.
We appreciate you giving us this time to talk to you. Like I said, guys, if you go on the Title Match Network, type her name in, a lot of matches will come up. A lot of things will come up. Just if you're watching the wrestling, just can you go watch the Ladies Night Out on the Title Match Network from Mania Weekend.
It was an amazing show. It was amazing.
Amazing show. I think you were in the opening match for that show.
Yes, I was. I was the first match.
Yes, I remember standing there watching it on the side. Stayed out there to the end. I got a little video from the match, but we'll talk about that later. But like I said, we thank you for giving us some. Maddy from Top Rope Squishy, we thank you for giving us this time. I'm Trey D. I'm Terry. Whatever you want to call me, please just don't disrespect me. And like I always say, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's too sweet for the coach.